Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl, and I'm here to share our next topic, inheriting wisdom. So, one of the big things that I have noticed is that a lot of people who enter into marriage rarely enter in it having spoken to their parents about marriage. And that is so important to have because your parents basically, know a lot of information about marriage, and they can pass on a lot of wisdom. And it's unfortunate that I see so many people enter in and they've never had a conversation about marriage with their parents. Even though you see and you live with your parents, seeing their marriage, whether good or bad, I think it's important to have a conversation where you can grasp and understand marriage from their perspective, and to hopefully help you enter into your marriage with a lot more wisdom. And one of my friends that I spoke to about this is probably one of the only people that I knew who ended up basically having these conversations with her parents about marriage. And when she was engaged, they really prepared her for what to expect in marriage, that she had a lot of arsenal in her, in her pocket, in a sense, to be able to handle some of the trials and difficulties. And I think it's so important that you have that relationship with your parents, because it's going to end up helping you when you need guidance in what to do when you hit the really tough parts of your marriage. It's not to say that you let your parents in on everything in your relationship. That's not what I'm saying. It's that sometimes it's like, you know what, Mom, I'm struggling. Like, I need to know, like, how do I react in this situation? And in their wisdom, they'll be able to assist you. And not only that, I really highly suggest that everybody, if you are engaged, about to be engaged, do premarital counseling. I can't even emphasize how important that is. Not only are you going to get wisdom from, say, your pastor or a therapist that you guys go through, it's going to give you better realistic perspective of marriage and not have like the rose-colored glasses getting into it. And you're going to be able to navigate a lot of the things that most couples probably struggle with and are very common in marriage. And it's not going to be like some sort of surprise. So I think that that's one thing that I would highly suggest do. Another thing I would say, especially for the ladies, please read Debbie Pearl's book. I know I've said this before, but Created to Be His Helpmeet, that really encouraged me to become the best wife that I can be for my husband. And it really put a lot of things in perspective from a biblical standpoint. The other thing is understanding your attachment styles. This was something I actually learned when I went to a ladies' women retreat all about relationship and trauma. It was so amazing, and the presenters for that just blew my mind in helping me understand, okay, well, what are my attachment styles? I didn't even know that was even a thing until I went to this retreat, and it really blessed me. So I think that's something to also consider, is to do something like that. Now, one of my friends who ended up getting married, during her engagement, her future father-in-law, now her father-in-law, was a psychologist, and he actually did a test on them, which she said was really useful because she was able to see and anticipate what their problems were based on their personality, their principles and ideas and ideals, right? So all of these things do affect your relationship, how you communicate, how do you tend to think in, these circumstances, and what you feel about, whatever problems and issues. Those are things that are eventually going to creep up in your marriage, and you're going to need to know how to navigate through them. And I think it's just important to have that discussion and learn a little bit deeper about your relationship and your future spouse before you fully dive in. So it's so important. But guys, with that said, I hope that it doesn't discourage you, but more so encourages you that you can have a fruitful marriage. Well, that's it, guys, for today. May you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care and keep having healthy relationships. Bye!